Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Bad Movie Night. My name's Chris, and tonight I'm talking about the 2006 alien horror movie, Altered. So Altered is directed by Eduardo Sánchez, who is the co-writer-director of a little movie called The Blair Witch Project, which you may have heard of. But this movie's quite a bit different than that. It's his follow-up, too, which is surprising because, I like Blair Witch, don't get me wrong. That movie obviously kind of was a trailblazer for the found footage genre, but I don't know if I would really think about the directing quality in that. It more seems like just the whole marketing and everything, that it just all came together to create this interesting piece. This movie is way more structured, way more of a traditional narrative. So Altered's about a group of friends who claim to have been once abducted by aliens, and the movie opens immediately with this group in the woods hunting down a creature, which we find out to be an alien. They waste no time, it's immediate up front what's going on, and they haul this alien back to another friend who's kind of the quiet, lonely type who has kind of outed himself from this group, but they need his help, and the movie takes place all in one night kind of dealing with this alien. It immediately gives you like a little bit of a fire in the sky kind of vibe at the opening with the big like trees in the forest and stuff like that. And in some ways you could call this like a pseudo sequel, like what if the guys from Fire in the Sky are now hunting an alien? So it's like a reverse abduction kind of thing, which is pretty fun because in all those kind of movies, people get abducted to the alien spaceship and then they get tubes stuck in things and all that kind of stuff. You've seen it, you know what I'm talking about, the tubes. But in this, the alien has been abducted. What can happen? So this is a really kind of economic film in a lot of ways. One location, and by economic, I mean that goes past the production into the story as well. Like I said, it starts out immediately into the action with these guys hunting down this alien. There's no lead up or build up. Everything you learn throughout the night, and you learn a lot of things or hints at things, and we'll get to the end, that don't quite pay off, and that's kind of the weakest part of the movie for me. But otherwise, it's just a super kind of fast-paced movie with a ton of gore, unbelievable amount of gore, some cool creature effects, some not so, and some decent acting and everything like this. I just really enjoyed this movie. It's an ensemble cast. You have like 4 or 5 guys, this alien, another woman, and I think it's pretty well directed. Ensemble casts like this are hard. When you have 5 people in a small location and you're writing a movie, you have to make sure those 5 people are all doing something that seems normal and legit. It's not like in a movie where, you can't just think of these things as like the person who has important something to say in this scene steps forward into the light while everybody in the background just stands there. That would be like frustrating and annoying to a viewer. So you have to account for all that. And forcing everybody into this small location with so many people, that's kind of a difficult task if you think about it. But I think the way this movie works and weaves and the things that happen, they kind of keep everybody busy in some way that I thought was like really pretty cool. Not all the characters are great. Some of them are kind of annoying, some of them intentionally so, but I think the acting's all right for the most part. The alien itself, we should talk about. It's a full suit, practical suit. It has the ability to emote a bit. My problem with it is that it kind of looks like a garden hose, the skin or something does, where it's like this rubbery shine. And I think that's kind of the wrong way to go. When the light hits it, it definitely kind of feels like a garden hose, or it's like a child in this suit running around. It's how it looks. Maybe if it had like more of an organic skin and it wasn't so shiny or something, I wouldn't get that vibe. So the alien does look a little bit cheesy. For a while they hide it, and it's there, but they obscure it in the darkness, or it moves really quickly. Later on in the movie, when things have ramped so far up, you get to see the full alien and you can see its shortcomings. But by then you're already so invested in the movie and it's already earned everything that I was okay with it. I think the alien could have been a little bit better. So the alien has some telepathic abilities, like people look at it can sort of control them. And there's some great sequences in this movie where this guy becomes infected and it's just starting to eat away at his body. So you have some body horror, gore elements, and you see like just pusses and like open sores and everything. And as he's being telepathically controlled, he attacks a guy, and as he hits him, his bones are breaking in his arm. It's like a really cool idea, really gross and really effective. But that telepathic stuff also plays out into our main character, which is why the movie's called Altered. And I think this is like the weakest part in the story. It's called Altered because the main character has been altered by the aliens, and we find out that they are afraid of him for some reason. And it turns out maybe he's like has the ability to scanner their brain and make stuff blow up and shit in their head. I don't know. It's not quite clear. And that's about as much detail as you get. And by the end of the movie, they never bother to explain why. I guess I don't understand the aliens. And, you know, it's a creature feature, so they apply like an animalistic element to this alien where it just kind of runs around and scratches at people. And it looks like a terrifying monster. But if you think about this, these aliens are traveling light years to get to Earth on some futuristic spacecraft. And by the end of the movie, they all want to get this guy. And the way they do that is they drop onto the house and just kind of claw at the windows and stuff. It seems stupid if you think about it. I mean, imagine like we're sending off soldiers of our own to a war. Do you think the soldiers are going to show up at a building and just kind of claw and scratch at the windows and make like grunting noises? No, right? They would have technology and they would use your brains. And these aliens should be so much smarter because they already have the technology to jump across mass, space. So like, why are they scratching at windows and clawing and shit? And blowing up the house somehow scares the entire aliens away where they use their grasshopper spaceship to get away, which by the way, that was stupid. That last scene, the ending, I mean, I guess they needed to end it, but it doesn't really cap anything off. I'm probably just being nitpicky. So you have some cool elements to this movie. I mean, think about the characters all being involved in this have some conversations that paint their characters a little deeper, which I appreciate in a movie that it's not really that necessary because they fully supply every sequence in this movie with, fun creature effects or violent, gory kills and stuff like that. So just the ability to go beyond that to a little bit more deeper is impressive. This is one of like the simplest alien invasion movies you can find where it's super small scale. And that's kind of why I liked it. It seems a little more original. I mean, it's not. Like, alien stuff has been done a million times before. But all these kind of elements brought together does make it feel a little bit more original. I like it. It's a fun movie. If you haven't seen Altered, you should definitely check it out. I may have spoiled some of it for you, but it's more of just the visual feast anyways. It's moment-to-moment action and not really the storyline that you're kind of in here for, I don't think. I like it though. Check it out. Altered from 2006. That's going to do it. Let me know what you think down below. Tell me what I should be checking out. Goodbye.